Today I'm talking about something that came across my feed this morning.
When it comes to home ownership, there's also a gender gap, especially if you're single. But in this case, women have a big lead over men, and our business and tech reporter Scott Budman hit the streets to find out why.
Yeah, it's a pretty wide margin, too. Single women are more likely than single men to own homes here and across most of the country. So we went and asked single people and real estate agents, how did that happen? Vienna Chambers knows the old school conventional wisdom when it comes to home ownership.
I mean, most times you think, the stereotype is that men will buy houses for themselves and their family, and that's their job and their role.
And she's not having it.
My goal since I was very little is I want my first house to be purely bought by me.
You don't need a man.
I don't need a man. I don't need help. I want it to be bought by me.
A lot of single women feel the same way. In fact, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, more single women in San Jose own homes than single men.
This piece of information has been shared on a few sites that I follow. And I quote, according to a new study, single women in the country are outpacing men in being homeowners. Single women own roughly 10.7 million homes in America, compared to 8.1 million owned by single men. And I was a bit taken back by this because women are supposed to make less than men. According to most studies, women make 83.1 cents to every dollar that a man makes. So why is it that so many women can afford to own homes? And I was reading in the comments, a lot of guys are basically saying that a lot of women are being subsidized by the government and getting cheaper and better loans than men, which is pretty disturbing. But hey, if women are in homes, that is a good thing. But then as I read some of these comments, and I'm going to read some of these comments to you guys so that you guys can see where I'm coming from. I'll finish reading some of the article. This new trend has come as a shock to many, as it's bound to have long-term effects on the financial markets and for generations to come. Interesting. And here are some of the comments. Austin Flex Extreme says, when will it be that men and women winning? Men are on the decline. This is one of the reasons why this channel started. Somebody also respond, but money come from men though. A lot of guys are talking about that OF money and put it into homes. Debatable. But then here's where it gets interesting, because this is the thought process that I had initially. So you all call not having a family and continuing the growth of communities winning? This was Dajay. He mentioned this. Because this was my immediate thought process. Listen guys, and hear me well. What is the difference between a woman having a home with a mortgage that she's living in alone? What's the difference between that, having a bag, having a car, having all of these things, yet not having a man? In this whole idea that it is amazing that a woman can buy a home on her own is perpetrated throughout the entire society. The whole narrative that a woman don't need a man, this is just an extension of that. I mean, all of these different institutions had it. Business Insider ran with this news. CBS News, NBC News, LendingTree.com, Forbes Magazine, all of them. This article was pushed on all of these websites. I want you guys to think about it very seriously, especially you ladies. What's the sense of having a home and you don't have a family to fill that home? Okay, so what? You have a house, you have a roof over your head, good. It's better than being on the streets. But I can tell you, that's not what makes women happy. When you put your head on that pillow at night and that side piece has already left for the evening after he's had his fill, it gets pretty lonely in that house. I'm just saying. These are facts.
28. I'm going to be 29 in April next year, so not that long left. I'm going to be 29 years old, and there is not a single soul on this planet who wants to be the love of my life. Where the f are you, please? Where are you? Because I am sick of this. I'm sick of the streets. I'm sick of everything. At this point, I might just, I don't know, maybe change sides? What's going on, please? Tell me, what's going on?
The idea that you have a house doesn't mean anything to flex about. It's no different than having a car. Who cares? What's the life purpose as adults and human beings? Is to have a family. That's it. Listen, ladies, if you can have a home, I'm telling you, it's better than being on the street. That's great. But here's a simple fact. Women don't build or buy homes to invite a man in to live with her. And the reason why these numbers are so low between single men and single women, and here it comes, ladies and gentlemen, here it comes. When a man buys or builds a home, he don't build it or buy it for himself. He builds it and buy it so that he can invite a family in. Then he's no longer single. The stats that you're seeing is that single men and single women. What the stats don't show you is the men who built their homes as single men, then got married, brought a wife and child into that home. He is no longer in the singles category. Now, do women do that? No. They build their home. They're not looking for a man to put in it. And that's the painful part.
Good question. Studies have shown that Black women are the highest paid and the most educated.
Huh?
I myself graduated with my associate's degree at 18 and graduated from college with my bachelor's at 20 with a degree in communication sciences with an emphasis in speech and language pathology. I live on my own, have my own car, make about $70,000 a year, and don't have any kids. So I'll never ask for what I can't offer. And as far as what I'm bringing to the table, I bring me, and you can't sit with us.
Because the man that they want for their home, he's already got his. Because a woman ain't bringing a homeless guy or a guy who hasn't gotten to her status yet because of hypergamy. She's not bringing a guy in that isn't on her same level into her house.
I get paid $31 an hour. I date men above my caliber. So right now, I'm at $70,000 a year. He got to be at $100,000. Why would I want a man that could barely provide the same lifestyle that I could provide for myself?
He's going to be there temporarily. He'll hit it. He's leaving. He's not living with her. So she remains single because the men that she wants don't really want her. That's the reality of life. I'm happy that those women will stay off the streets. But it's a sad state of affair when you've seen all of these single women who have now upped their status again, putting them one bracket above men. And it's normal. That's going to happen because now more women are starting to earn more because more women are going to colleges, more women are earning more money. But most of those women are staying single. And that's pretty sorrowful. That's what feminism have taught you ladies. Get the bag, get the house, get your thing. Stay lonely, stay alone, die alone. Fill that house with a bunch of dogs and cats. You'll be happy. I have interviewed way too many women in their 40s and 50s, single, who fell for this bullshit lie. It's not a pretty sight, ladies. So wake up, smell the coffee before it's too late. And this was a message primarily for ladies. Yeah, buy your home, rent it out, invest, use it as an investment. Find a man that you could bring in and create a family. Then you would be out of that single list. But it's no flex to be single. To being single out on TikTok in your 40s showing off your house. No, unfortunately not. It's a lonely world in your 40s and 50s and up. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. It's just one of these things that I see in this world that's a problem where a lot of people don't understand. They only read headlines and then they get distracted by the headlines, not understanding that let's look at the underlying problem. Anyway, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, of course. And of course, hit me up with a cup of coffee or a super thanks. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, cheers.